So what did you miss at Jubilee today? Third Sunday of Advent, and you missed a celebration of Mary, the mother of Jesus, the wife of Joseph, the one who said yes to God. The choir and our music director, Daniel Rubinoff, created, I think, about 75 minutes of incredible music, all celebrating Mary, covering hundreds of years, different cultures, traditions, styles. We heard quartets and full choirs and soloists, and it was all Mary, from the Magnificat to the hymns that we sang as a congregation, right through to Dreaming Mary. It was, well, you can tell I was carried away. It was spectacular. It was a beautiful way to spend time this morning and to reflect on Mary. And I dared to do that. In the midst of all that music, I dared to speak. Every now and again, I would just invite people to think about Mary and who Mary is. And throughout the service, I actually went around and I asked people to read Scripture for me. Not planned. I asked a woman who'd never been to our church before. She came at the behest of a friend. I asked a woman who helped found our congregation, but a year ago moved away to be with grandchildren and to build a new life, but she came back to visit. And I asked another woman who's never read in church before, and they all said yes, even though the words might be tricky, even though they hadn't done it before, even though they were expecting something different. They all said yes. And so as we wondered together about who Mary might be in the midst of that music, we recognize that Mary is somebody who says yes. All of us have that opportunity to say yes, to engage in something new, to risk, to trust because we know it's right. We recognize the Mary in all of us, the Mary who is misunderstood by people all around her. Everybody knows what Mary's doing. Everyone knows what Mary's thinking. Everyone knows what Mary needs. And yet, as we heard in the gospel, Mary kept all these things in her heart and pondered them. Mary knows things that we don't know, worries about things that we don't know, is misjudged and misunderstood, not always in a bad way, but people think they know her and they don't. So we recognize that we know Mary. We've been there. And if we continue to follow the example, we just might, in fact, have an opportunity to witness God's presence, to engage with the world in such a way that we reveal God's presence. Mary is us. I reflected ever so briefly about the idea that Luke's gospel is a lovely story, but like much of our scripture, it's a man telling a man's story in a man's way. And so men tend to tell stories like, well, there was a problem, and so we fixed it, and it's fine now. And so God realizes something needs to be done, and so God sends an angel who speaks to Mary, and Mary's going to have a child, and boom, Christmas. But I wondered for a moment, what if it wasn't a man telling the story? What if we imagine that God is something more than an old man in the sky? Certainly an old man in the sky, a king, sends a messenger and claims his right to that subject. And Mary becomes that subject. And so claims that right and then births through her into being a holy presence, Jesus. But what if we imagined for a moment that we weren't telling the story like men? What if we imagine God as being genderful, and that God's presence seeks out Mary and says to her, I have a dream, I have a vision of what the world could be. I have a love that I want to show, but I need you to help me make it work. I can't do it alone. I need you. What if a genderful God approached Mary, a woman, and spoke to her the way a sister does, the way a wise aunt does, the way a mother does. And Mary thought about what she could do and thought about what this genderful God was asking and said, yes, I can be part of that. I want to be part of that. We wondered today what would happen if we told Mary's story that way. If we told the Christmas story that way. Yes, it's beautifully told in Luke and in Matthew, and beautifully told around dinner tables in our homes. But what if we tried telling it just a little bit differently? We wondered that today. And we had cookies, and we had coffee, and we sang, and we're getting ready for Christmas, and we're pretty excited. And so if we missed you today, I hope we get to see you soon. Next Sunday, pageant at 10:30, kids service at 4:30, family service at 7:30, quiet communion service at 11, and then before you know it, it'll be Christmas. But don't wait. Look around. God is present right now. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Open your eyes, open your heart, open your mouth, say those words, offer, and discover God's presence. Hope we get to see you soon. Till we do, God bless.